Everyone, good evening. Am I audible? Okay. Just give me 1 minute. Let me share my screen. Okay, so we will be starting with the Python content, right? Yesterday, we discussed about Jupyter Notebook. And again, today, just quickly let you know that today is the last demo session or maybe last class, right? For this link. Tomorrow onwards, the link is changed. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me. And I mean, if you have any concern, you can check with me, right? Either now or maybe you can also call through DurgaSoft 1-to-1. But you take a decision, right? If you want to continue, please register as soon as possible and enroll. And otherwise, maybe you can drop tomorrow onwards because we are freezing this batch. Before I start with the content, just wanted to check anybody who for whom today is the first class.
Yes, Sasmitha. Mine is today's first class.
Today is your first class. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Others you attended previous class, right? Like previous class in the sense mostly yesterday's class. This Monday, we started this batch and we have just understood about the ID, that is Jupyter Notebook. So Munesh, right? So maybe what you can do, Munesh, is you can go through the YouTube video, DurgaSoft Sasmitha. If you type, the webinar recording is uploaded. So you can go through the webinar recording to understand in detail, right? Whatever has been covered in the demo session. And yeah, and if you have any question, you can directly reach out to me 1-to-1. You can call me and I can answer all your queries, right? The curriculum and everything in detail I have explained in the demo session, demo recording. Are you beginner in Python or you have some programming background?
I have done only basic Python.
Basic Python. Okay. But you have some background, right? Like you're not completely non-technical.
Yes.
Okay. Then I think this is nothing because a very basic thing we have covered in yesterday's class. I told about Jupyter Notebook, how to use Jupyter Notebook, right? Because that is the ID that we are going to use for the module 1. Module 2 onwards, we are going to use VS Code. So let us understand some very okay, this is your first class. Okay, people who for whom today is the first class, nothing has been covered. Just installation part is completed yesterday. And 9 o'clock, we will be starting with pandas. Pandas class yesterday, I just started with pandas. So, I mean, you can connect today also, same link. But I think you will 100% understand. It's an independent module. If you already know basic Python, I think it's okay. Like, I mean, even if you don't know basic Python, we are going to start from scratch. So I think you will be able to understand. And we have Saturday classes. I think this Saturday we have class. Right, for all the people who joined little late or any module, anything. Let's say, yeah, even if you are suffering in installation, you can ask me on Saturday class. And Saturday classes are very flexible. I can take control of your system. I can debug your errors. If you have any concern, anything, right? A particular module you want to repeat, something you could not understand, right? All of those things you can ask. Otherwise, we will do some practice. This Saturday, the session will be on pandas, more practice on core Python and pandas. So that will be really helpful. Yeah. Timing will be 7:30, Saturday class.
Sushmita, sorry for the interruption.
Yeah.
Sushmita, how it works, Sushmita? What will be the duration and what and all the...
Munish, yes, I understand today is your first class. What I wanted you to go through is please go through the YouTube webinar that has been uploaded, right? You can type YouTube, go to YouTube and type Sasmitha Data Science, latest date you can sort. Last to last, I think Sunday, or I forgot the date, but the webinar, I have explained everything, the course content, the duration, right? And are you getting? So please go through that and then you can call me through DURGASOFT, right?
Okay.
Munish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just a quick update. So not update, but quick summary, what we have seen. We have not covered anything. We will be starting with basic Python today, right? So Python, you know, it's very popular language because it has library support, and it is very easy to learn. It is the most easiest language, right? The first thing is in Python, if you want to install any package, because it is full of package, if you install any package, you have to write pip install. Pip install command will install the package and the name of the package. For example, I want to install NumPy. NumPy is a library. I want to install NumPy. So what is the syntax? Pip install the library name. Pip install the library name. Pip install NumPy. Right? Pip install the library name. Now where you will type this, you can type this on Jupyter, or you can also type this in Anaconda prompt. So just copy this command. Anything that you want to install, you can type here and click on this run. So it will install in this particular site packages. Also, you can do otherwise, like you can go to Anaconda prompt, not command prompt. You can go to Anaconda prompt, not the navigator. Sorry, I have opened navigator, but you have to open Anaconda prompt. You type here Anaconda. Right. So when you come to Anaconda prompt, right. So here also you can type same thing. So here also you can type like pip install and the package name, and it will get installed. Where it will be installed? So every package will go and install inside this location, side packages, right? Anaconda folder it will be created. Once you have installed Anaconda, Anaconda 3 folder will be created. Inside Anaconda 3 folder, we have library, and inside library, we have side packages, right? Inside Anaconda 3, we have library. Inside library, we have side packages. So everything will go and install inside side packages. This is first thing. So once you have installed, you can import and you can actually take help and, like, for example, import NumPy will import this library into memory. NumPy has lot of functions, right? So if you want to list down all the functions available within NumPy, you will write directory dir of NumPy, and it will list down all the functions that is available within this particular module or library, right? Now let's say you want to take help. I just want to use any of this method. So what I need to do is I will call the module name like numpy dot the package, the function that I want to use. For example, I want to use this line space method, but I don't know how to use. So how to take help? In Jupyter, you just need to type the function. In fact, it is autocomplete. You just type half and hit tab. So what tab will do? All the functions which is coming or starting with li and present within NumPy module will be listed out. So with li, I have line space and all of that, right? I'll select line space. And then if you take help, what is this function will do? So you can read the signature of the function. And then if you just scroll down, doc string, right? Signature. So a lot of things you can go and take help. Doc string signature, take help, right? So all of these things you can like you can take help basically for any function. So let me repeat, every module or every library will have lot of functions, right? Library means what? It is a class, right? Where we have class, you will be learning class maybe when we go to MLOPS, because everything that we are writing in a modular way, but class has lot of attributes and functions, right? If you understand object-oriented programming. So class means nothing but library. So any library means lot of functions will be there. So how to take help? So write the library name dot function name and question mark, and that will give you help. So these are bare minimum before even we start Python. These all things are needed. How to install, how to import, how to take help, how to list down all the functions, autocomplete tab. So how you write an autocomplete, it will actually suggest all the functions with that initials, right? So these are the bare minimum. After this, when we start our Python, right? The first thing is how to write a variable in Python, right? So what is variable? Variable is there in every language. Variable is a storage or container in short, right? Where we can store some value, right? Now, in Python, variables are dynamically typed. When I'm saying variables are dynamically typed, what do you mean by that? Dynamically typed means I am not defining the type of the variable. The interpreter is automatically taking it. I will give you an example. Let's say I'm writing variable 1 is equals to 5. So I have just assigned value 5 to variable 1. But I have not defined the type of variable 1. Have I defined the type of variable 1? No. If I just execute this, you can see if I just call this type of variable 1, you can see that it is integer type. So variable 1 is of integer type. Right? Now I will just change it to float. If I just execute, it will become float. I will change it to string. String means what? Anything in Python, if you're writing within quotes, this is string. So anything in Python, if you're writing within quotes, it is string. So it is string. So whether it is string or integer or float, whatever value you are assigning, based on that, the type of the variable is changing. You can see here. This property is called dynamically typed. In Java, in other languages, it is strictly typed. So once you have assigned a value, you have to define, or you have to say what is the type of the variable when you're assigning values, right? But here it is dynamically typed. Okay, so now you understood how to create variable. Let's say one type to another type I want to convert. This is string type. I just want to convert it to integer. So what I need to do? I will write var and then I will write int of var. Before var, I will just write int of var. And what it is telling is invalid literal. So it cannot change a string to integer because it is 5.5, which is a float. If it is compatible, it will change. If it is not compatible, it will not change. But how to change? The formula is to what you want to change, right? That you can write before. So float of variable 1 will change string to float. Now this float, again, I want to change to integer. So I will write int of this. So whatever is 5.5 will be again converted to integer. So this is called type conversion. So what is type conversion? Type conversion means one type to another type. First, I am changing variable 1 to float and again float to integer, right? So whatever you want, you can change. Only one thing is if it is compatible. A text you cannot convert to a number. For example, I'm writing hi. Obviously, I cannot convert that to a number. So that time it is not possible. Otherwise, like if it is compatible, we can do type conversion. So this is a variable. This is all about a variable. What you understood? You understood how to create a variable in Python. Now, sometime you want to take input from keyboard. If you remember while playing games, right? Taking input from keyboard. So taking input from keyboard means press 1 to continue, press 2 to exit, right? Press 3 to, let's say, go to the next page, something like that. And you will press 1, 2, and the game will work accordingly. So this is something where you are giving input from your keyboard and the program is taking input from the keyboard. In Python, how to do that? We have input function. We have input method. And what I'm trying to do here is input. And then I'll ask user enter a number. Enter a number. So I'm asking user to enter a number. Remember this input function, whatever you're entering through a keyboard, always it will consider that as a string. Let me repeat. Input function will always consider whatever you're giving input as a string, right? Now you want to convert it to integer. right? So what you need to do, you have to write int. Okay, let us first hold it in variable 2. I'm asking the user to enter a number. Whatever the user is entering, I'm holding it or storing it in variable 2. If I execute this code, the star symbol yesterday I told you, it means the program has not completed. It is executing. I will enter, let's say 34 and enter. So what happened? I entered 34, which is a number. But if you look at this variable 2, can anybody tell what is the type of this variable 2? Is it a number? What is variable 2? Which type? Variable 2 is which type?
String.
String type. And why? Because as I said, the default type input will take is always string. You can convert it to whatever type you want. For example, because it is a number, I want to convert it to integer. I will write int of this. If I just ask to enter something, let's say 45 and variable 2 is 45. Right? So this is how you can give input from your keyboard. This is how you can give input from your keyboard. So you understood what is variable. You understood how to give input from your keyboard. Some basic things are like loops, right? If, else, while, for loop. These are very basic things in Python or any language. It's not specific to Python. These are language basic. Every language we have this. So we have if and else, right? If, else. So what is the process of if, else? How to write if, else statement in Python? Where you will use. If you want to check a condition and if that is satisfied, for example, you are writing a web development code. If the user is entering home, then you're going to home page. So you're taking some action based on an input or based on some condition. So that is if else. Only one time you will check the condition. The syntax is if, let's say I'm writing a simple logic, the condition, if followed by the condition is if 5 is greater than 3. Right? Then what I'm doing is print, right? I am in if. Similarly, if I'm just writing if, let's say I'm trying another another condition. So let's say 4 is greater than 2. Then what I'm doing is print. I'm just printing I am in elif. Now who can tell me the output of this code? Output of this code.
I'm in if.
I'm in if. Okay. I'm in elif will not be printed. Condition is true, right? Okay. So here is the trick. The problem is not the problem, but the trick is not trick. But the logic is every time you write if else, it will check the block. If the condition is true, it will execute that block and come out. It will not check any other condition. Once a block is true means it will execute that block and come out. Block means what? Multiple conditions. So this is one condition. This is another condition. Let's say I'm checking one more condition. So I'll write elif. Let's say 3 is greater than 2 or 3 is greater than, let's say 21, which is a false condition, right? Print something. So whatever condition you're writing, so everything is a block in Python. And first block is if, and wherever you're starting a block, do not forget to give some space. This is called indentation. See, if 5 is greater than 3 colon, I'm giving some space here, right? So any block you start, you have to give some space. Now, if 5 is greater than 3, the condition is true here. So it will execute I am in if and it will come out. It will not even look at elif. So what is the output? Output is I am in if. Right? So this is your if else condition. So else, when else will be executed? When nothing is true. When nothing is true, let's say this is also false. Right? This is false. And let's say this is also false. So everything is false, then only else will execute. Any of the block is true. So if is very simple. So this is the syntax you need to remember. See, if else is super simple. Any block is true, execute, come out. Right? If the block is false, check the next. True, execute, come out. false, check the next. If nothing is true, execute the else part. So this is if else, right? Similarly, here you are checking the condition only one time. If you want to check the condition until it is false, we have another function, that is while function. So what we need to do, while, for example, let's say I'm assigning a variable counter equals to 5. So while, let's say I'm checking counter is greater than 2. So this is the condition I'm checking. And then what I'm doing, if it is true, then I am printing I am in while, right? And then what I'm doing is counter, I am decrementing counter -1. And if I just execute this, you will see I am in while has repeated 3 times, or basically let me print counter. So what happened? Counter is a variable. First, the value of counter was 5, right? So I'm checking 5 is greater than true, condition is true. So it is executing counter. So it will print the counter value and it will decrement the counter value to 4. 4 is greater than 2, right? And again, it will decrement to 3. 3 is greater than 2. Condition is true, so it will execute. But when it will be 2, right? 3 will be 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 is greater than 2, condition false, so it will come out. So what is while loop? While loop logic is it like if, while also will check condition, but if will check condition only one time. If it is true, it will execute, otherwise come out. While will keep checking until it is false. While we'll keep checking the condition until it is false. If the condition is not false, it will keep executing. Whenever the condition is false, it will come out of the loop. 1 time, 5 times, 10 times, infinite times. If the condition is true, it will keep executing. Syntax is very simple. While followed by condition, and then you write your code, right? Okay, so far whatever we have discussed, let me quickly summarize how to install anything in Python. So install command pip install, where you will type in Anaconda prompt or in Jupyter, or I mean, a lot of other options are there, but Anaconda prompt. Everything that you're installing will go inside side packages. And once you have installed, you can import it. You can list down all the functions, take help for any function. What is variable? Variable is a storage which will hold the value. It's dynamically typed in Python. Type conversion, just write the type of the variable. It will change to that type, right? We discussed about taking input function. We discussed about if, else, and while loop. Any doubt in this so far?
Hello, I'm just a quick doubt.
Yeah.
This is like when you're printing this counter, it is on different line. Can we print it on the same line, or that is not possible?
No, it's actually iteration. So first iteration means first time it is just checking, and then again it is running. Second time, third time, like that. So it is you want to print all the things, that is another concept. So we can print everything in one line if you want, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but the major logic is check the condition, true, execute, otherwise come out. While logic is the while logic is clear. When you will use while, when you have to check condition and until the condition is false, you want to keep execute the loop. Then you will use while. When you will use if, only one time you will check true, execute, false, come out. Right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So in tomorrow when, yeah, Shyam.
Yeah, ma'am, you have told to include the WhatsApp numbers.
Yes, yeah. Just give me 1 minute. We'll take a break here.
Okay.
I am just sharing this thing, right? WhatsApp link.
Okay.
But the thing is, just can you wait for one more day, because today is the last day anyway. The batch is freezing, right? Like tomorrow onwards, we will have only people who have enrolled. So we will create a batch after that. Already it
Okay,
is
yeah.
created, but yeah, let us do it tomorrow, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure. No, sure.
Okay. So, okay. So tomorrow for 8:30 p.m., what we will see, we will discuss about function, right? It's a very important part. Function and for loop, we will discuss what is function, how to write a function in Python, what is for loop, right? And maybe data structure, we will, if time possible, we'll start with list, right? Okay. Any doubt before I jump into the next topic? Any doubt so far? Is it clear? All the new joinees, is it clear? Any doubt?
Clear. Clear, sir.
Okay. See,
Ma'am,
I'll
will
tell
you
you
be
the
teaching this how to connect to web or these things
sorry, how to
through
connect.
Python? Python web means small program for connecting to the web.
Okay, so I'm creating a course for, because my current work is I'm building a web app. It's not a very much like a hi-fi web app. It's an analytics app, visualization dashboard, which has some 8 to 10 pages. It's auto ML package actually we are creating for ourselves. So just upload the data and it will do everything. Feature selection, missing value, everything. Like you have used auto ML, right? So we are creating auto ML for ourselves. I don't know. It's through a UI, right? So a naive user without a data scientist, they can do everything themselves. So that's what I'm creating. So based on my knowledge, I'm also creating the content, similar content for Udemy. I'll be launching my course soon in Udemy to create a dashboard, sales dashboard, right? So maybe if you can wait for another 15 days to 1 month, once the content is ready and it is launched, I can share you the link. You can go through it. I'll give you not payment, free of cost, but you can go through my YouTube channel once it is uploaded. That is really nice. So how to create a web app using Dash.
Okay,
Dash is a framework. Yeah. So that's a different thing. But here we will be doing it using Power BI. Also, Plotly, I will explain. Dash, you need a lot of extra topics you need to know. That is not needed. That's why I have not included in the curriculum. Because you have to understand about JavaScript a bit. It's not required, but HTML, little bit of styling if you want to do CSS. So those things are needed. And it is not required. I don't know why the company asked me to do this, but a lot of the other company, they don't normally tell you to create something like that. If it is a requirement, very quickly you can create using Streamlit, not using Dash, but Streamlit. It's a very quick. I think anybody heard about Streamlit? Anybody heard about Streamlit? No. No problem. So, so that's a different area, I can say. It's very vast. Data science is very vast, but it's not an important area. I will not say it's not that important as compared to MLOps and AWS. It's not kind of it is not like if you don't know, you will not get a job. It's not like that. It's an additional skill set because every company will have their own UI and graphics designer, own web development, DevOps. If you do everything, what the DevOps people will do, right? Mostly UI development they do, we don't do, right? But integrating deployment we do, but UI part another team will take care. So that is not that important, but if you want, you can go through it later, right? I'll share my content maybe. Okay.
Sure.
So yeah, so we'll come back to pandas, right? Let me quickly summarize what we have seen in yesterday's class.
Hi, Sasmitha. This is Parisha.
Yeah, Parisha.
Yeah, sorry for the late. Because of my system updation, I'm getting the late. So last 30 minutes of what you are saying. Can you explain
You'll
this
get
2 minutes?
recordings, no problem. You have all the recordings, no problem, right? In
Yeah,
Drive,
okay,
everything
thank
is very structured way. Once your enrollment is done, you'll be getting access to the Drive, right? So all the recordings, materials, everything is there on the Drive. You can go through.
And
Okay.
ma'am, one more thing, the recordings are not uploaded. Means we are not getting the next day. So you can put this point. So next time onwards, if some time if we miss, next day at least we will be getting that.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am, recordings are not uploaded actually.
Yeah. And from my side, I think Panda's note also have not uploaded. I am going crazy with one product release. I mean, I will be
No
completely
problem,
free this
ma'am.
December.
Yeah.
But no, I will upload. It is there. I just need to copy and paste. Python is there, but after Python, Pandas documents, right? I will upload after the class today only. I will upload, and that is for the whole Pandas entire week, right? All the Pandas notes. So many of these are demo sessions, but all the recordings are already there. Starting from day one, every demo session, everything is there on the drive. You can go through, right? I will update to the team so that they will upload soon, right? At least by first half, next day.
Yeah. So that we can get to next day only.
Okay. So many people will be thinking, okay, what is this like core Python and switching to Pandas? What is happening? So mostly people who joined recently, let me tell you, clarify that. So core Python, this is a advanced, most majorly we are focusing, my syllabus actually starting from Pandas, honestly speaking. And we are planning to give all of this core Python as recording sessions, but many of the people are from non-technical background. So that's why I'm starting from scratch, right? So core Python is something which will be little faster. Having said that, it will be to the point. Whatever is required, that much we will cover. And there is another part, module, class, object, right? That is hands-on. So when we go to project, none of the project will be completed without writing your code in a structured format. So in the MLOPS, all the 4 projects, we will create classes, we'll create modules, and we will call each of those methods inside a main function, right? Main class. So those all things you will do it and understand. There is nothing, no theory in it. You have to do it and understand. So that entire part we'll do through project. So core Python, there are 2 categories of people, what I understood. One is already know core Python, basic Python. They'll be blessed because they are not getting bored. They already know variable basic things, right? But people who are non-technical, they might feel like, okay, this is core Python. I don't know how. Honestly speaking, if you spend some 6 to 7 hours or maybe 2-3 days, if you have any programming background, or even if you don't have any programming background, you can spend 1 week of time. And Python is super easy. You can get through it. Lot of YouTube videos, lot of DURGASOFT recordings are also there. Durga sir's, my recordings are there if you want to the point. So all of those things you can go through. And feel free to connect on Saturday's class. I am ready to increase the time, like 2 hours, 3 hours. And whatever topic, particular topic you can ask me. I'm telling to everyone, all the people who have joined, right? Even if you have joined 9 p.m. last week, but still if you have any doubt in the core Python, so this Saturday topic is core Python. And I'll make sure all the batch, everyone is clear on the topics. Even if one single student has any doubt, you can ask me, I will clarify. If you don't have any doubt, nobody has any doubt, then I will change the topic. In this Saturday, instead of core Python, we will do maybe something else. We'll discuss that maybe on Friday. Maybe we'll start Pandas assignment or something we will do. But if you have any doubt, feel free to let me know, right? So that core Python, we will complete any repetition, basically, any repeat. If you want any topic, we will do that. Okay. Let's say you just want to practice. You understood everything, but you want more practice on core Python because you're not getting that confidence being non-technical. That also we can do on Saturday. I'll make you practice. 2 hours, I will give you 10 questions and 1 hour you will do, and then 30 minutes we'll discuss. And any doubt, that is also a good thing, right? Hands-on practice. So that's what I'm saying. So maybe you are a little kind of worried, but don't worry, I'm there, right? I will be helping you. It's my responsibility that you will understand, right? Especially for core Python part, I'm saying for non-technical. Okay. Fine. So we discussed about pandas, a very important data structure yesterday. Pandas mostly useful for handling semi-structured data. Semi-structured means XML, JSON, CSV, Excel files. You can say pandas is SQL. like SQL for semi-structured data. And we also discussed how to create data frame. We have two functions. One is read method, which will help us to read any kind of file like CSV, Excel, Hadoop file, SQL tables, right? Another function is to method. So once you have done some manipulation, you cannot share the data frame to your client. You have to share the result. So result, you can write the data frame into a kind of file, right? So just using to method. Again, lot of formatted support. You can write data frame to a CSV file, to Excel file. Lot of 100 of functions are there. In the sense, lot of the to source is also a use list. This is one way, input output. Second way is, let's say,
what is the difference between read and to CSV, ma'am? Any difference?
Wait. So there is a rule of this class. When I am talking, you have to wait. You will not disturb in between, and everyone will go on mute. And when I complete a topic, maybe after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I will be giving everyone chance to ask doubts. During that time, you can ask all your doubts and I will clarify, right? So I will explain to and read. Already I have explained yesterday. We just started pandas yesterday. So to and to means writing data frame into a file. To read means you are reading a data file from a file, right? This is one method. Second method is, if you have already an existing data structure, let's say you have a list, you have a tuple, you have a set, you have a dictionary, and you want to read or you want to convert that into a data frame, then you have this data frame method, right? Now, we are also understood a very basic function called describe. What describe will do, it will list down all the summary statistics for every column. I will again execute everything and show you. So this is my, when I start using pandas, number one is I need to import. Right? I'm importing. So pandas is now present in my data, right? It is present in my memory, sorry. Now, once that is done, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read some data, right? So let's say I have a CSV file, which is that CSV file. Okay, let me read this. So that this is user propensity data, and we can do this. We can do this as our ML project. It's a very nice project. This is real-time project. I collected it from Paytm. So user propensity modeling is very interesting project. I'll talk about this project later. It's a customer project. So if you open your Paytm app or PhonePe app, when you go to recharge page, right? If you do some recharge using the app, sometimes you will be charged, sometimes you may not be charged. Some people may be charged, some people may not be charged. So user propensity modeling is basically, what is the propensity of a user, in the sense, who is my target customer? Let's say I want to charge customers. I have 5 billion customers. Whom to charge and whom not to charge? Few customers are loyal customers, happy customers. Maybe if I charge them, they don't like my platform and they will churn. Churn means they will leave. I don't want them to lose for 20 rupees or 10 rupees because they are actually taken loan from my platform. Let's say I'm getting a lot of revenue from them. So are you getting? So a lot of analysis goes into this particular problem statement, but this is the data set. Let's say I'm just loading that data into a data frame. So how the data is looking? So head method will help you. So we have deal ID, start date, what is minimum requirement, treatment. I'll leave about the data, but just the data has been loaded. So this is all the columns. Now what I want to do is selection. Once I have my data, what I want is I want to select few columns or few rows. How to do that? Let's say I want to select treatment, promo length, something like that, right? So before selection, I need to print all the column names. For that, I have a method called columns. So columns will print all the column names. So these are the column names, right? Every day we will read some operations and some functions. Operation means group by, join, all of those are operations. Function means small functions like columns, describe, right? So columns will list down every column name. Now from here, I will select all the columns that I want to, subset of this data frame I want to create. So which all columns I want to select. For example, I want coupon duration, featured and limited supply. These are the 3 columns I want to select. All the column names I will copy and paste. So within bracket, it's a nested bracket, means 2 list you will write, 2 list. And from this data frame, I am actually getting a subset. So what we are learning is, we are learning column selection. Selection, but not row. We are selecting column. How to select column? You just write all the column names within bracket. And that's it. Subset is ready. So you have collected these all columns. You can store it in a new data frame. Let's say data frame 2 is a subset of DF with only 3 columns. If I just print data frame 2, you can see I have only 3 columns. This is column selection. Very simple. All the name of the columns you will just write within brackets. Now, if you want to select row, right? I just want to print maybe two records. If you want to select row, the process is different. Row selection, right? If you want to select rows from my data. So there are 4 different kind of selection. Row selection means what? I want first row, third row, 5th row, 10th row, all of those rows, right? But do I know how many rows are there? Do I know about the data frame size? Do I know how many elements are there? No. For that, again, some function we will learn. One function is columns. Another function is called a shape. What is the function name? Shape. What is this shape will return? Rows and columns. So there are total 710 rows and 13 columns in this data frame. How many columns? 13 columns and 710 rows. Let's say I want more detail. Like in SQL, you have schema. What schema will give you all the details? So like here, if I want to understand about the data frame in a detailed way, I will call another function called infos. Don't worry, all the functions I will repeat multiple times. Every day when we start the class, I will repeat. So if I just call this info method on my data frame, what I will get? Info method. Information about my data frame. What information? So it is telling you have 710 entries. You have 13 columns. And these are the 13 columns. Like deal ID, start date, minimum requirement, treatment, promo length, price, revenue, right? These are the D type. These are the data type. Right? And what is not null? Not this column has null entries or not? Basically, no null entries. So non-null. Right? So this is kind of a not only that, if you just scroll down, you will see memory. So there are total 11 integer values of 64-bit. 2 object. Object means string, text, right? And the memory is 72 KB. This data frame is taking 72 KB. Complete description about your data just by calling one simple info method. I think Excel is also will not be, I'm not very expert in Excel. Even there is some method I might not be knowing, but it's super simple than Excel also, right? Just write a simple 4-letter word and it will give you complete description. What is the total number of entries? What is the memory size? Each column name? What is the data type of each column? The count of each column, everything, right? So I understood I have total 700 something, right? What is the size? 710 records. Now, selecting rows is interesting. So what I am going to do is, I am going to select maybe 5th row, 10th row, and 25th row. How to do that? I have this DF. Which all rows I want to select? I will write 5th row, 10th row, 25th row. If I just simply write like this, what is the problem? Can anybody tell me the problem? If I just write like this, will it select row or column? If I just like that, write like this,
Column.
what will happen? Column, right? How to distinguish, right? Whether it is a row or column. For that, you have to add extra keyword. And that is called ILOC. What is ILOC? Index location. So just remember, if you are writing ILOC, the interpreter will understand it is row, not column. If you don't write it, it will select column. If you write ILOC, it will select rows. So I'm saying you select 5th row, 10th row, 25th row. So if I'm just running this, you can see this is again a subset with all the columns all the 16 columns and only 3 records, that is 5th, 10th, and 25th. Right? So this is row selection, but sometime you may also get, instead of ILOC, some blogs or article you will see LOC they have written. A lot of confusion among students, where to write LOC, where to write ILOC. Not to be confused. If you are writing default indexing like 5, 10, 0, 1, 2, ILOC. If you are writing name, you will write LOC. What do you mean by that? Again, let me go up. We have created a data frame yesterday with the name from an existing data structure, right? I think this is the one where it is. No problem. Let me show you here. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another data frame, let's say DF3. And this data frame I'm creating from an existing data structure, let's say list, pd.data frame. And in this particular data frame, I have 45, 67, 80, 90, and also 89, 65, 34, right? So I have 3 columns and 2 rows. Nested list. I'm converting that to a data frame. Yesterday I told you about indexing. So I'm naming my rows. Row is nothing but student 1. This is the mark of student 1. And then student 2. Right? And then what is columns? Columns is nothing but name of the columns. So there are 3 subjects. I will write everything within here also. I have to write within list, right? All the names. So what all are the column names? I have 3 subjects. Let's the first subject is mathematics. The second subject is English. And the third subject is, let's say, Hindi. If I just run this and if I just come here, what is this? This is called DF3. Now, in this DF, my question is, what is the difference between the above DF and this DF, this DF? The index or the, what is that called? The rows. Do you think they have names in this DF? Do they have names? Deal ID, start ID, these are the column names. Row names are default, 0, 1, 2. But in my data frame, do I have names to my column in DF3? Do I have names to my column? Yes, I have. So in this case, if I want to select the first row, I have 2 options. What I need to do is df3.iloc. I can simply write, let's say I want to select 0 row. Then it will select the first row. That this is perfectly fine. Also, this is perfectly fine. LOC and name. Okay, I will pause here for some time. Is this LOC, ILOC doubt is clear, everyone? LOC, ILOC, any question? ILOC you will use if you are using default. LOC you will use if you are using name. Now my question is, in this data, can I use LOC instead of ILOC? Is it okay? Can I use LOC? Understood?
No.
If you don't have name, doesn't matter. If you don't have name, let's say default only, it doesn't matter, LOC, ILOC. But if you have name, it will throw you error. So let me go down. I'll pause here and take questions if you have any doubt. So here, is it okay if I write LOC of 0? Is it okay or throw error? It will throw error. Why? Do I have default indexing or it has name? Name. So when you have name, you cannot write LOC of 0. You have to write ILOC of 0 or LOC of name. But if you don't have anything like default, doesn't matter, LOC, ILOC, no difference. Let me repeat. In a data frame, if rows has name, you have to use LOC and name or ILOC and index. If they don't have name like default, doesn't matter how you're selecting rows, you can write ILOC or LOC. But is the difference is clear? Anyone? Anybody who has any doubt?
So if there is no name, then we can use either ILOC or LOC.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So we understood about this LOC and ILOC for row selection. So both of this we can use. Now you can ask me, okay, I understood how to select columns, how to select rows, but how to select subset, some rows and some columns. So if I just write df of head of 1, some rows, right? Some rows and some columns if I want to select. In this case, I will be using subset function. So what I need to do, data frame. Subset, there is no extra function called subset. Same LOC, ILOC only I will use. But the trick is, I will write a bracket and then a comma. Left side of this bracket, I will write all the columns all the rows that I want to select. Here I will write all the columns that I want to select. And it is mandatory to write either LOC or ILOC based on if you are using name or index. Right? It is mandatory for row and for subset. So what all I am selecting? I am selecting, let's say here I am selecting 0th row, 450th row, and 320th row. And column, I'm selecting first column, third column, and let's say fifth column. So this is a subset. So you can see first column, third column, and fifth column, and 0, 450, 320. This is a subset. I have used all index default. So I have used ILOC. Now you will tell me what I will use. If I will use name instead of index. So for row, I don't have any name. So I'm in default only. But for columns, I have names. I want to use names for my column. Let's say deal, ID, and minimum requirement. Tell me, is this correct or wrong? Anyone?
We have to use LOC.
Correct. So let me run this. And you know why it is an error? Because if you have name, if you don't have name, let's say columns also 0, 1, 2, doesn't matter. But if you have name, and if you have used the name, you are bound to use LOC, not ILOC. Right? So using this, you can select anything from your data frame. One column, one row, multiple row, subset, whatever you want. I will stop here and I'll quickly repeat. Mostly we have discussed a new part today, that is selection. Now I will take doubts. Any doubt in selection? Row selection, column selection, and subset. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, yes.
Right? Okay. There is a very special kind of selection that is called conditional selection. If you have used Excel, or let's say there is a column called country name. So I will tell you, select all the rows where country name is equals to India. So what you do, you filter, right? Option, you select tick. So that is called condition. Based on some condition. What is the condition? Country name is equals to India. That is the condition. So based on some condition, we call it filter operation. If you want to perform filter operation on your data, right? Just give me 1 minute. So you have to use conditional selection. And how to do that? Again, let me print the data frame, the 2 records. What I want is, I have a column called revenue, right? I want to get all the records, all the rows where revenue is greater than, let's say, 50,000. What is my condition? Get all the records where revenue is greater than 50,000. The question that I'm answering is all the rows, all the records where revenue is greater than 50,000. Right? Now, this is called conditional selection. I'm not selecting any particular column or rows. In fact, I want entire data frame, but a subset. How? where the revenue is greater than 50,000. This condition should be satisfied, right? Now, how to do that? I have this data frame. I will write, what is the condition? The condition is revenue column, right? This column should be greater than 50,000. This is the condition. If I just execute this, I'll get true, false, true, false. I don't want in this. I want entire data frame to be returned. For that, I need to bind it within this data frame, or within this bracket I need to write. Little weird structure, but I think it's fine. When you start using it, you will understand. So outer DF data frame name and then bracket, within that you need to write the condition. And on revenue, I'm applying this condition. Now, if I just execute it, you can see it's not sequential. And if I just click on this dot shape, let me say what is my filter data frame. What was the original shape? 700 something. Now, what is the shape? How many records I have where revenue is greater than 50,000? Only 21. So this is
21.
filter operation. Yes.
Oh.
And if you just look at the data, every row, you just scroll down and revenue, you will see greater than 50,000. See, everywhere revenue is greater than 50,000. Right? So this is called conditional selection. Now you can ask me more questions like, okay, one condition. What if 4, 5, 10, 8, 6 more condition? Yes, you can do. And you can join. If you have more than one condition, you have to join them, right? For joining, we have three things. Either you can join them through and all the conditions are true, then only you will select that, or not. So these are some conditions, and you should not write A and D. When I was a fresher, I remember when I was learning like 8, 9 years back, I used to write A and D and I used to get error. So it's not A and D, it's ampersand for and, pipeline for or, and this is for not, right? So, I mean, sorry, this is for not. So we will discuss everything one by one. This is for conditional selection. Now, what is the condition? I will add some more condition. All records revenue should be greater than 50,000, and maybe 50,000 is too high. We have very less record. I'm making it 10,000, right? All the records where revenue is greater than 10,000 and Facebook likes, right, should be less than, let's say, 100. So what I want, multiple condition, not 1, 2. And I'm joining this to condition with and. Facebook likes should be less than 100 and revenue should be greater than 1,000, 10,000. Okay, how to do that? So this is one condition. What is another condition? Another condition is Facebook likes. I'll copy this column. And then if I just go down, on which column I will apply this second condition, Facebook likes. I'll select that column here. Let's say DF of Facebook likes. And what is the condition? It should be less than 100. Now, I have to join this with and, because two different. If both are true, then only I will select. So I will, this is mandatory, bracket. Many people, they ignore. Syntax error you will get. Bracket is mandatory. How many condition? All the condition you have to write within brackets. And then these two condition I'm joining through ampersand. So this is ampersand. Right? Revenue is greater than 50,000. Facebook likes is less than 100. And I'm joining it with and. Just run this. This is my data. Only I have one record where revenue is greater than, sorry, 50,000 I have written. Okay, so all of these records are satisfying that condition. If I just write 50,000, you can say I have only one record where the person has high revenue and less Facebook likes. Now, if you want or, you just simply change it with or. If you want not, right? Not is really interesting, and you guess it, what exactly not will do. This is a question for you. You look at the output and let me know what you understood, okay? I will write Facebook likes, okay, same condition. And here I will simply write maybe here. Not. And then if I run. And then let me show you some records. So head of 4. Okay, so what you understood? Revenue is greater than 50,000, Facebook like is less than 100. Revenue and Facebook likes. Who can explain what exactly this code has done? Looking at the output and code.
The person whose revenue is greater than 50,000, but the Facebook like greater than it is greater than 100.
Greater than 100. Facebook like greater than 100.
Yes, it's just the reverse. So whatever you're writing condition, exactly opposite, it will check. And if I write here also, then what is the output? Can you tell the in simple manner what I will get?
So revenue less than 50,000.
Correct. Revenue less than 50,000, Facebook likes greater than 100.
Yes.
Right. So that is not, and many people, they don't know where to write it. You have to write it just before the condition. Okay. So these are the 3 things that you can use, nothing more, and, or, and not. Right. Using that, you can create your own condition, 2 columns where revenue is greater than 50,000, Facebook like is less than 100, or quantity sold is equals to 1,000 or something like that. So whatever condition, right? Or all those condition you can join using these 3 operators, and, or, not. This is called filter. So if I give you a data frame, whatever you want, you can filter. Let's say the user is telling you to analyze only Asia continent. So you can select continent is equal to Asia. So you'll get a sample only for 2022. So I'll select, okay, date is greater than 2022. So only that sample you will get. So you can create a lot of filters using this. So this ends your selection. Whatever you want, you can select from your data frame. Conditional selection, rows, column, subset, whatever. Right? Okay. Is this clear? Any doubt?
Hello.
Yeah.
Madam, actually, in Python, instead of this and, it is bitwise and, right?
Yes, correct. Yes.
So why you are not writing A and D or OR like that?
Because those are different operators. This, and please go through the operator chapter in Python, you will understand.
Madam, thing is that in AND operator you are using here means both the condition when satisfied, then only total condition satisfied, right?
Yes. True, true,
So-
true, true, false. All of
Yeah,
those.
yeah. Same thing happened in AND also, na? A and D
No,
and
not. Please go through again. The AND and this operator is completely different in Python. I was in the same dilemma when I was a fresher. Solution is go through operators again. This AND operation and A and D is completely different. Okay. So you have to
That
go
is
through.
binary and correct.
Yes, yes. So please go through both of these with some example, not only the theory. Look at some example and you will understand what's the difference. And if you write A and D, it is a syntax error because it is not the operator. Right? For condition checking, we are going to use ampersand. Okay, fine. So, we will not see any new operation today. We will pause here, but some functions we will remember. So today we have learned 2 functions. That is, one function is, I will share all the notes. This is just a practice note. I will share A to Z note of pandas. The name of the note is A to Z. Everything is there section wise. Click on that section. You will go to that with all the data set and examples, right? You can practice. Today we discussed about shape method, info method, columns. Okay. One more is, let's say drop, delete. We have not discussed about deleting and adding. Adding is different, but deleting is, for example, this is my columns. And this is very common. Many of the time, let's say deal ID I don't want. This is unnecessary column. I want to delete. So for that, you have drop method, drop. And you will write the name of the columns, At a time, you can drop 1 column, 5 column, 10 column, 15 column, whatever columns you want to drop. All the column names you will write here, and it will delete that column from your data frame. So if I just click on this, you can see in my data frame, I don't have deal ID right now. It's just a view. You have to assign it again to DF. Right. And then if I just click on this df.head of 1, do I have deal ID? No, it is deleted. All the column names you will write within list, whatever you want to delete. So you understood how to delete. And you also
without writing the column name, can we delete suppose first 5 I want to delete?
Yeah, I mean that you can do in a smart way, right? You know the column list you will get. You convert that to a list and take the top 5. How to take top 5 of a list? Anyone? 0, 2, 4. And you pass it here. I mean, there is no direct method, but you can do it. You have the column names, you take the top 4 and pass it here. Delete. Right? So for every question, you will get a function in Pandas, right? Whatever you want to do. It's a huge module, right? But whatever is very important, you should remember. So every function you should remember. Everything in Pandas you should remember. Right? There is nothing like not important. Everything is important. And you should remember means not only know, remember means with syntax. With syntax you should remember. Right? Okay. So drop you understood. Last function for today's class, that is rename. You want to change a name. Right? And I'll help you with help. So rename, let's say I forgot about rename because it's a, let's say a lot of functions. So I will take help. I understood that it is nothing but rename function. If this is very difficult, just go down and take help. This is always easy. If you just want to rename, what you need to do is in a column, you will write old name and new name, right? Let's say A is the old name. You want to replace it with A, new A. What you want to rename? It's a dictionary. It's a dictionary. Why I have shown you help? Both drop and rename takes column as input, but one is list and one is dictionary. Obviously, it will be a dictionary because rename means you're changing. You have to pass old name and new name both. So columns equals to, it's a dictionary. Old name. What is old name? Let's say old name is start date. What is the new name? I just want to rename it to only date, not start date, but only date. If I just run this, right, my start date has been renamed to date. Like this, you can write if you have multiple columns to rename. Let's say I have this price column, right? I want to make this P capital, right? Price P is small. I want to make it capital. So this should be price, right? So whatever you want, you can rename, but all you should write within dictionary, right? Okay, so what we have. Yeah.
Madam, current view only it will change this column name, right? It won't change actual, right?
Yes. No,
okay.
no. Yeah, you have to write DF again to do that, or there is another way, but yeah, this is the easiest way. In place also you can do, but if you write here in place equals to true, it will, if I write in place is equals to true. Sorry. Then
Sasmitha.
no need to write this. It will permanently delete. Okay, but it's not a good idea. You write like this only. I mean, not a good idea means what? You can do that. I mean, in place equals to true means it will not every function has in place, but if that function has in place, if you write in place equals to true, permanently it will delete. Otherwise, you can assign it again to the same data frame. Both ways correct. Whatever you want, you can do that. Okay. Any doubt? You are asking something. Yeah.
Sasmitha.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of the start data, we use the rename function to change the instead of start data to data. Sorry, instead of start date to date.
Yes.
Okay.
We are renaming the column. Sometimes you want to rename the columns, right? Change the name. In Excel, what you're doing? Going and renaming. So how you will do here? Rename function. Right? Rename function.
It is possible to change the rows names.
A row's name you can use. That's why we have access. This is a good question. Can I change row names? Yes, you can do that. And for that, you have to use access parameter. Right? There is a, okay, what is access? Access default is column, but access parameter 0 and 1. 0 means row and 1 means column. So you have to write row name. Here it is default and then the new. Okay, could not understand. Let me explain you. There's a function called what is that? Access, right? Default is like none. So you just pass the name of the column and it will delete. If you just scroll down and read about it, 0 or 1. 0 means row and 1 means column. Default is 0. But actually, when you pass this thing, right? The column names it will take. So 0 means row and 1 means columns, right? So you can pass. Yes, you can use this access parameter to use rename function, whether to rename a row or column. Okay, so this is an assignment. I want you to explore this further. I have already given you hint. Tomorrow when you connect, I want any one of you to explain me how to delete or how to rename rows, right? Maybe not this one, maybe any data set, right? Let's say 0th row, I want to make it something. Let's say I want to name it. So how to do that? Renaming rows. And also renaming, deleting rows. Nobody asked me, but this is again a question. How to delete rows? We understood how to delete columns same way, but only using access. So access parameter is the key for deleting and renaming both rows and columns. There's no extra method, right? Okay. Any other doubt? Okay. So I think let me quickly summarize. Today we started with some very important selection part in pandas. We discussed about columns method, shape method, info method, drop method, rename method, right? Column selection, row selection, right? So all of these things we will revise multiple times in this entire course. Pandas is not going anywhere. Don't think that today is the last session of pandas. Okay, done means done. No. Every data you touch, you have to use pandas. Repeat. You have to select, you have to rename, you have to drop. Without pandas, none of the data science project is like you can able to complete. So all the concepts throughout the class and throughout your career, you have to use all of these functions. So it will be repeated multiple times. And the note, I think I will, let me share the note, right? Pandas note. If it is, I will upload now only. I'm just. Okay, so the note, for merging, joining, concatenation, it's a different note. And this is the data set. Let me just show you the note, right? 1 minute. I just want to. Is it there? No, it's not there. I will upload that pandas note. And what is there in the pandas note? It's all the things that we have discussed in a very nice structure. It is present, right? Let me open it and show you. 1 second. So today you have to go to a subset section. In that note, we have subset, right? So subset section will cover all the selection part. Also, there is something called conditional selection, whatever we have discussed, that also you can go through, right? Every day we will cover something from that note. This is the note. I have used a different data set for this, but same process. So you can get the data set also, you can download it. There's some problem with my Jupyter. Right? So these are the notes. Every section, 18, 19 sections are there. Creating data frames, reading, writing, we already completed. You just click on this and you will go to the note. But how to create data frame from list, reading, writing, read method, write method, right? Also subsetting we have covered today. How to select one rows, one column, multiple columns, everything. Right? So this is a complete note for entire thing. We will cover this one by one. Okay, I will upload this note, and class note is always there. I will upload the class note also, whatever we are using in the class. Right? Okay. Any doubt? We are all good. Let us connect tomorrow then if you don't have any question. And new joinees, if you have any questions, you can be there. Others, you can drop. If you know no one has any question, then we can end it.
Hey, Sasmitha, I have a question.
Yeah. Just 1 minute. Others, you can drop. If the class is over, tomorrow we will connect.
Okay.
Yeah, Amir, yeah.
Is the time changed than before?
No. It is 9 p.m. only. For everyone, it is 9 p.m. You joined recently, right? New joinee last week?
No, I joined from the beginning for the 9 p.m.
Then it is 9 p.m. only.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you share that link again? I watched the recording and I tried to type the link for the WhatsApp group, but it didn't work.
Yeah, tomorrow onwards we'll get a new
or...
link. Anyway, I think this link will not work tomorrow. Anyway, I'm sharing this.
No. I mean the WhatsApp for the WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group, I will share the link tomorrow because once the batch is formed, yes.
Yeah, I watched one video and I saw you shared the link for the WhatsApp group. When I tried that link, it didn't work because I tried to type the link.
No,
because
I
it's
will
a video,
share the
right?
link. Yeah,
I will.
Yes. Within 1 or 2 days, when the batch is formed, right? Everyone, like, I will share it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes,
Madam, class timing 9 to 10, right?
9 to 10, yes.
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday.
And Saturday, doubt clearing class, right?
Every day is doubt clearing only, but Saturday extra class you can say.
Definitely. Yeah. I want to know one thing. It's you can say, I am asking you that I am a researcher. So just very beginner, I'm working on social networking analysis through graph database. So is it helpful?
Yeah, I mean, you are already in the domain. So basically you have chosen like graph analytics. So, I mean, you are already...
I'm in the domain, definitely, but I don't have the knowledge of pandas number, very beginner. Just I completed my coursework. Okay.
Then how you will know research you can do, right? Without knowing the...
Yes.
I mean,
that I'm asking you that these are the
this is
things
not
helpful.
this is not helpful. This is mandatory for you.
Okay, madam.
Yeah,
okay. That actually I'm asking you. Okay.
So you read a paper, you understand the algorithm, but to implement you need Python, pandas, all of this thing, right? sklearn, machine learning, all of this.
Correct. That means I saw that so many my seniors, they are working on the Excel sheet. Okay.
No.
So
that is not
that
called...
thing you are just explaining just before. That's why I'm asking you, madam.
No. If you want to really create something, then one thing is theory part, you understand. Then it comes to coding, means implement. How you will implement whatever you have done, research, right? You have to use Python, Pandas, sklearn, PyTorch, TensorFlow, all of these things, right? It's mandatory. Otherwise, you will not able to do anything.
You will
Engine
take to
speed
complete, madam, you will take to complete 2.5 months, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
2.5 months, but don't strictly tick to that timing, right? Because as I said, you can, many people are there who still repeat. We are in WhatsApp and everything. Just, I always encourage people to, let's say after 6 months or 1 year, let's say you just can ping me or message me any new course content is there updated. I will share with you. Even if you're not joining, let's say previous batch, 2 years back, people who were my students, I'm providing them MLOPS, not any extra charge, just like that, because they want to upgrade, right? So if you are my student, you will be automatically, you just need to remind me once, so that I can provide you the recent drive access, right?
Okay.
And you want to repeat also after 2 months. If you are saying, I want to repeat in the current batch, I don't want only recording live class, that's fine. You can, even like that is possible. So you take your framework, but it is not 6 month, 1 year course. You will lose that motivation, right? It's mostly
That means it is a continuous process.
Continuous process. You have to give time. Even if you're getting 30-40% in the first attempt, it's very good progress. Honestly speaking, everyone, whoever has joined, even if you're getting 30-40% in the first attempt, it's not ever possible in the first attempt to get 100%. Not me, anyone who teaches, right? But 30-40% if you're getting, very good. If you're getting 60-70% or 80% in the first attempt, you are the candidate who can clear interviews, right? 30-40 means again you have to repeat. Repeat means what? Entire syllabus, one attempt means one. I always tell in first attempt, don't try to see lot of things. Try to understand, to the point reading is very important. Means what? Let's say pandas. If you go to internet and search about pandas, you will keep searching for months and it will never over. Are you getting? So this is sufficient. Just complete this 18-20 points and you are job ready. Your interview is clear. So first, to the point you will read. In the first attempt, to the point you will read, and not going on and on in the same topic. Read and move, read and move. Like that, you complete the syllabus in 2-3 months and apply for jobs. And it's not like one day suddenly you will get a job. Lot of rejection will happen. Parallelly, you will learn also, you will face rejection also. Rejection plus learning together, you will achieve success one day. So after 5-7 rejection, one day you will click it. It's not like first time you will go. Very few people they can crack in the first time. But 99% of the people you will not able to crack. 4-5 times you will be rejected. But that is actually a learning. Every time you are rejected, what type of questions they are asking. You will understand the pattern after attending 4-5 interviews. 6th number interview when you attend, you know what they will ask. You are already ready to answer. Are you getting? So that is kind of, you can take 6 months to, I mean, if you're a fast learner, 6 months. If you like a very beginner and you don't have much time to study, maybe 1 hour or 30 minutes you're giving, then 1 year. 6 months, prior to 6 months, very difficult to crack, right? You will revise, you will understand, and then, yes, but I'll tell you what many students are doing wrong. They will wait. Okay, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I will complete pandas very in depth. Everything, whatever is there in pandas, I will learn. I will learn that. I will learn this. And it is so vast. It will never end. You will keep learning only. Whole your life, you will keep learning. So to the point you finish 30-40%, if you are understanding the syllabus, start applying. Even if you are rejected, that's fine. You start applying. That application will take 3 to 4 months of time, right? So start applying after understanding 40%. Even if your JD and your CV is matching 50-60%, you start applying.
So, ma'am, how much experience can we show here?
Experience you can justify. See, I am honestly, I was the general manager in Paytm. I quit, and then I'm joining as a senior data scientist in HP. I'm very happy. I don't want to go to. So are you getting? So what matters to me is not designation, and experience doesn't matter. Many people will do repeated work, 10 years. Doesn't matter. A fresher will do new jobs. 6 months he will switch company. 2 year is equivalent to, that is what is IT right now today. IT means real time work, how many years you have done. With this course, if you are doing 10 projects, they're equivalent to 5 years. Are you getting? With this course, if you do 30 projects by yourself, you're equivalent to 10 years. So
okay,
you can just
at least if we put 2 years, we will be getting some course, right?
With this course, 2 years. With this course to start with 2 years, I will not encourage put many years because there's a lot of pressure on you, right? With this course, 2 years. But
and if they ask you were in a different domain, how did you get, since initially, how did you get a chance to work on this one?
All of those things, Shama, I have already answered. Please go through the demo session link, which is there in YouTube. Very detailed way I have answered. This is a very common question. And it's very detailed way I have answered. It's a very confusing question everyone has, right?
Yeah.
Should I go for it? Can I change my domain? So please go through the webinar. You'll get complete clarity. It's there in YouTube. Please go through it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Madam, hello.
Yeah.
Is there any opportunity? Actually, I have around 13 years of experience in academic domain. So after completion
Shama,
of
again, I will again point the same thing. So all of these questions I have already answered in the webinar. Like what all are the opportunities? Is it even possible to move into IT? Sorry, into data science with zero experience, prior experience, or let's say you have some experience, not relevant experience. So all of these questions nicely I have answered. In summarized way, just 2 lines I will tell. You can do anything. You can do wonder if you are skilled. Today, what matters is skill. Nothing else matters. If you learn a new skill, you can get a job in that domain by justifying. Resume update, modifying, all of those things will happen automatically. First, learn the skills. In-depth, very like, are you getting? It's not superficial or surface. Like, you have to practice a lot of projects. And if you know the skill, rest all things will automatically fall in place because there is huge demand for AI engineers. Huge demand and there is less supply. As compared to demand, supply is less. So they're not getting relevant people. Relevant means with educational background, with data science prior experience. No. If 100 posts are there, maybe 20 candidates they're getting. Rest 80, they have to fill with people who have upgraded themselves. And that is absolutely fine. Only thing is, can you justify? Are you skilled enough for the position? If yes, then you will be. I mean, all other things you can manage smartly. If you're smart, you can manage, right? So in my career, I have switched many times: data engineer, data science to data engineer. 2-3 times I have switched, and nobody even questioned. But I have zero experience. I'm in my whole life, I was only a data scientist, never a data engineer. But why I was able to crack? By learning myself, by sitting with my data engineering team, by taking additional work from my manager to deploy things, which is not my job, but still I want to deploy. Are you getting? But that is how you have to be smart enough to justify the roles and other things, right? Everything is possible and it's completely genuine. It's not fake. You upgrade, you tell that I have upgraded, you justify it, you know it, and they will take you because they're not getting candidates. Real experienced candidates they're not getting. In real time, they are not there. Everyone is learning and upgrading, right? Okay, fine. So, so let us connect tomorrow. We will continue from here, right? And if you have any doubts or something, you can always reach out to me through DurgaSoft. You can call me. And I will, if you have any additional question tomorrow also, you can ask.
Ma'am, can you please add my number WhatsApp group? Actually, yesterday class I missed out actually.
WhatsApp group, we will form WhatsApp group maybe day after tomorrow.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, tomorrow?
We have class now.
Tomorrow 8:30.
You already know core Python, then 9. If you want to learn Python, then 8:30.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And good night.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.